In today's video, we're going to recap which MLB free agents have signed so far, and then we're going to predict where the remaining top 25 free agents will end up. These are the major signings to date. Frankie Montas is signed with the New York Mets. He's receiving a 2-year, $34 million deal. Left-handed starting pitcher Matthew Boyd is signed with the Cubs for 2 years and $29 million. Lefty Blake Snell is going to the Dodgers for 5 years, $182 million. Lefty Yusei Kikuchi is signed with the Angels for 3 years at $63 million. Nick Martinez went back to the Reds on a qualifying offer for $21.05 million. Catcher Travis d'Arnaud is going to the Angels on a 2-year deal worth $12 million. Catcher Austin Hedges went back to the Guardians on a 1-year deal for $4 million. Infielder Kyle Farmer has gone to the Rockies on a 1-year deal worth $3.25 million. Shortstop Kevin Newman has gone to the Angels on a 1-year deal at $2.75 million. And righty Kyle Hendricks has gone to the Angels on a 1-year deal worth $2.5 million. As far as early trends that we're seeing, teams are going all in on left-handed starting pitchers, and the buzz is real. With the market heating up, lefty pitchers Max Fried and Sean Manaea are the top-tier southpaws still on the table, and they could be snatched up real quick. After them, the pool drops to solid but lesser-hyped players like Jose Quintana and Andrew Heaney. If this trend keeps rolling, don't blink. We might see Fried and Manaea locking into their new deals any day now. Lefties are officially the must-have this offseason so far. Superstar slugger Juan Soto has been heavily linked to the Red Sox lately, but at the time of filming, no deal has been agreed to yet. According to reports, the Soto sweepstakes are now down to the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Dodgers. The Yankees and Mets are still considered the leading candidates to sign Soto, but the Red Sox are reportedly much more aggressive in free agency this year than in recent years. They're pushing to make a big move or two, which might even include moving third baseman Rafael Devers to first base in order to make room for a new third baseman like Alex Bregman, Willy Adames, or possibly even Nolan Arenado via a trade with the Cardinals. Unconfirmed reports suggest that Soto has been offered contracts between 12 and 15 years long. Opt-outs are a near certainty, and a decision is expected very soon. Third baseman Alex Bregman is reportedly being pursued by the Astros, Yankees, Red Sox, Tigers, Blue Jays, Nationals, and possibly even the Dodgers. Early estimates indicate that he'll receive a deal in the neighborhood of 7 years, $180 million or so. After missing out on Blake Snell and Yusei Kikuchi, the Orioles are reportedly all in on trying to re-sign Corbin Burnes. However, other teams are just as interested, including the Mets, Yankees, Dodgers, and now even the Giants are said to be in the market for Burnes. They need to replace Blake Snell in their rotation, according to national reports. Teoscar Hernandez and Anthony Santander are both considered Plan B for the big market teams which miss out on Juan Soto. And now, on to our predictions for the top 25 remaining MLB free agents. 40-year-old starting pitcher Max Scherzer will head back to the Washington Nationals. Max Scherzer is no longer the frontline ace that he once was, but he could be a solid middle-of-the-rotation piece for a contender. 25-year-old second baseman from Korea, Hye-Seong Kim, will go to the Seattle Mariners. Kim has plenty of upside, and the Mariners would be smart to take a chance on his two-way potential. A career .304 hitter in the KBO, Kim's got the tools to make an immediate impact. At just 25, he's primed to hit the ground running in MLB, and the Mariners seem like a great fit for him. They'll be hoping that he becomes a key part of their future. Japanese starting pitcher Tomoyuki Sagano will sign with the Phillies. 42-year-old right-handed pitcher Justin Verlander will head back to the Detroit Tigers. Verlander's return to Detroit is all about legacy and familiarity. While his aging arm and injury history limit his workload, he remains a highly effective pitcher when healthy. With their young rotation, the Tigers will benefit from Verlander's mentorship and occasional dominance, making his signing a perfect blend of nostalgia and need. Carlos Estevez is going to sign with the Yankees. His ERA dropped to 2.45 in 2024, showing that his stuff is still sharp despite a slight dip in strikeouts. The Yankees are all about championship pedigree, and Carlos Estevez has a recent track record of getting the job done in the 9th inning. Right-handed pitcher Nick Pivetta will return to the Red Sox. He's always had really good peripherals, and the Red Sox might have finally figured him out, and he still has the potential to be a breakout star. 37-year-old first baseman Paul Goldschmidt will sign with the Houston Astros. Goldschmidt might be on the back nine of his career, but the 2022 National League MVP still carries a potent bat. After a rough first half in 2024, he bounced back with solid second-half numbers. A move to Houston, his hometown, could provide the perfect environment for a revival. The Astros could find value in Goldschmidt as a veteran presence with potential upside, especially if he can regain some of his former MVP form. Infielder Hye-Seong Kim is going to sign with the Atlanta Braves. His defense and ability to get on base make him a premium infielder. 33-year-old left-handed starting pitcher Sean Manaea will return to the Mets. The left-hander, who made 32 starts in 2024, reinvented his delivery mid-year, adopting a low Chris Sale-esque release point, and it paid off. By the end of the year, he was the Mets' best pitcher. The Mets are familiar with what they have in Manaea, and a 3-year contract seems like the right call. We've got Yoan Moncada going to the Nationals. The Blue Jays could also be a fit, but after a few underwhelming seasons with the White Sox, a fresh start in DC could be exactly what Yoan Moncada needs. The pressure would be low. Look for Moncada to pursue a short-term deal, possibly even a 1-year prove-it deal. He's looking for an opportunity, and the Nationals have a big gaping hole at third base. Next, we have left-handed reliever Tanner Scott going to the Cubs. The last 2 seasons have put him on the map as one of the game's best relievers, racking up 188 strikeouts over 150 innings with a stellar 1.05 whip. Scott is expected to be the highest paid reliever this offseason, and his fit in Wrigley's bullpen could be the missing piece that transforms the Cubs' late inning strength into one of the league's most intimidating. First baseman Christian Walker will sign with the New York Yankees. He's been an underrated force for the Diamondbacks, delivering steady production with OPS plus scores hovering in the 120s and some of the best defensive metrics among MLB first basemen. The Yankees really need a first baseman, and Christian Walker seems like a no-brainer. Walker has carved out a reputation as a reliable, hard-hitting first baseman who can fill a critical need for a contender. We don't see him going anywhere else except to a contender, and this has the Yankees written all over it. 30-year-old right-handed pitcher Walker Buehler will sign with the Detroit Tigers. After a rocky regular season post-Tommy John surgery, Buehler's postseason heroics reminded everyone why he was once a Cy Young contender. His signature fastball regained its electric vertical movement under the brightest lights, and his knuckle curve turned hitters into spectators. The Tigers are looking to solidify their rotation, and we see them pouncing on Buehler's upside. With a 1-year prove-it deal on the table with a possible option attached, we see the Tigers banking on his ability to rebuild his value and possibly one of the main keys to bringing a championship to Detroit. 29-year-old outfielder Tyler O'Neill will sign with the Philadelphia Phillies. When he's on, few can match his light tower power, and in 2024, he proved it with 31 home runs for the Red Sox in just 113 games. And he's still under 30, so there's serious upside for teams needing an impact bat. O'Neill isn't likely to break the bank, but his mix of high-caliber power and good corner outfield defense makes him a valuable addition for teams in need of right-handed pop. Next, 29-year-old right-handed starting pitcher Jack Flaherty will sign with the Washington Nationals. The Nationals are ready to flip the rebuild script, and Jack Flaherty could be their headliner. After a bounce-back 2024 that saw him dominate for the Tigers and Dodgers, Flaherty's stock is sky-high once again. And at 29 years old, he's hitting free agency with momentum. Washington needs a leader atop their rotation, and Flaherty's mix of fiery competitiveness and high-octane stuff could anchor their pitching staff. Next, 30-year-old outfielder Anthony Santander will be headed to the Yankees. Now, the Yankees are in the mix for Juan Soto, but if they don't re-sign him, then they'll make sure that they don't miss out on one of the other top outfielders on the market. Santander, fresh off a career-best 44-homer campaign, is likely to become a Yankee. As one of MLB's premier switch hitters, he's proven his pop is no fluke, with 105 dingers over the past 3 seasons, second only to Pete Alonso. While his .814 OPS and clutch power make him an instant game changer, his durability is just as impressive. Santander's been a fixture in the lineup, barely missing a game since 2021. That's more valuable than it might sound. And sure, his defense may not win Gold Gloves, and his sprint speed isn't breaking any records. But who needs wheels when you're smashing baseballs into the stratosphere? Santander's bat is a great fit for Yankee Stadium, and while the Yankees could re-sign Juan Soto, we think that Santander is just as good of a bet. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. 35-year-old right-handed pitcher Nathan Eovaldi will sign with the Atlanta Braves. Eovaldi is a proven postseason performer and a starter you can rely on. Eovaldi's a seasoned righty with a solid track record. His consistency and durability make him a perfect fit for any team that's looking to solidify their rotation, and the Braves have already made it clear that they're all in. He may not dominate the Cy Young discussions anymore, but he's still an incredibly reliable option, especially when it counts in October. For the Braves, Eovaldi is exactly the kind of season starter that they need. Next, 32-year-old outfielder Teoscar Hernandez will return to the LA Dodgers. Hernandez bet on himself with a 1-year deal in 2024, and it paid off big. Hitting 33 home runs and earning his second All-Star nod, Teoscar Hernandez became a key player in the Dodgers lineup and helped them to a World Series victory. Hernandez showcased power and consistency, and his clutch postseason moments solidified his value to the Dodgers. Now a free agent, Hernandez is going to receive a lot of interest from contenders, especially the Red Sox, but the Dodgers would love to bring him back, and he has a better chance of winning another championship in LA. He's expected to have plenty of teams trying to sign him, even if his contract is short-term due to his age. But at the end of the day, Hernandez returning to the Dodgers seems like a done deal. Next, 30-year-old first baseman Pete Alonso will sign with the Washington Nationals. Alonso's power is a game changer, and the Nationals will snag him to supercharge their lineup. With 40 home run power and a big personality, Alonso has been the beating heart of the Mets offense. But as the Mets retool under David Stearns, Alonso's future in New York feels a little less certain. Enter the Washington Nationals, a team hungry to fast-track their rebuild with a proven slugger. Washington's lineup needs some pop, and Alonso's monster home runs and elite extra base power will inject the star power that they've been missing. Surrounded by young stars like James Wood, Dylan Cruz, C.J. Abrams, and rookie third baseman Brady House, the Nationals have a lot of upside. Alonso would be a great addition to this team. Expect him to lead the Nats youth movement for years to come and back to the postseason. Next, we have 31-year-old left-handed starting pitcher Max Fried signing with the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox are ready to make waves, and Max Fried could be the ace that they've been craving. They want to make a big move. We think this is it. A southpaw with elite command and a dazzling 6-pitch repertoire, Fried has been a steady force since 2019. The Bo Sox need stability at the top of their rotation. Fried's not all about flashy strikeouts, he's about control, efficiency, and giving his defense a chance to shine. For Boston, he represents a reliable ace who can handle the AL East pressure. Expect the Boston Red Sox to pounce on him. Japanese starting pitcher Roki Sasaki will head to the Dodgers. Sasaki could be the hottest pitching import since Shohei Ohtani. His elite velocity and pinpoint control make him a prime candidate for MLB success right off the bat. He's only 23, and he's already a proven elite starting pitcher. Sasaki's blistering 101-mile-per-hour fastball and high strikeout potential are exactly what the Dodgers look for. And in Japan, the Dodgers are currently the most popular team. And it's no secret that Sasaki would love to pitch with Ohtani and Yamamoto, and his marketability in LA and around the world would be enormous. But as we've seen with Ohtani, there's a lot more money for elite Japanese pitchers to make when they play for the Dodgers and receive big sponsorship deals in Japan and around the world. So the amount of salary that the Dodgers can offer Sasaki really doesn't matter here. It's all about the opportunity. Next, 29-year-old shortstop Willy Adames will sign with the San Francisco Giants. Adames is truly the perfect fit for the Giants this offseason as they look to solidify their infield. Known for his power, consistency, and leadership, Adames brings 3 straight 20-plus home run seasons and elite defense to the table. Adames has said that he's now open to playing third base as well. And while he would be a good fit on some teams that are looking for new third basemen, this is often a tactic that agents use in order to increase as much interest in the player as possible. The Giants are in need of a standout shortstop, and Adames could offer them a steady presence at a position that they've struggled to lock down. Just imagine Matt Chapman at third and Willy Adames at shortstop. The left side of the Giants' infield would be on lockdown. Next, 31-year-old third baseman Alex Bregman will sign with the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers, fresh off a surprising playoff performance, are locked in on adding the final pieces they need to contend, and Bregman would slot in perfectly at third base. His reunion with A.J. Hinch, his former manager in Houston, makes this move all but inevitable. The Nationals, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Angels, Phillies, and a host of other teams are all interested in signing Bregman, but one could argue that Detroit needs him the most. I don't see him returning to the Astros even though they said they're interested. They have Bregman as a free agent this year, and a year from now it'll be Kyle Tucker. They can only afford to keep one, and while it would make sense to re-sign Bregman and play out 2025 with both Bregman and Tucker in their lineup, long-term, Kyle Tucker's the player that it seems like they would prefer to have. Meanwhile, Detroit will have no conflict of interest whatsoever in terms of adding Bregman. His Gold Glove winning defense and knack for getting on base make him a solid fixture in the middle of any lineup. The former MVP contender might not be the superstar that he once was, but he's a reliable bat with a great postseason resume. The Tigers can count on him to add power in their lineup and stability to their defense. Expect a big impact if Bregman heads to the Motor City. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Next, 30-year-old right-handed starting pitcher Corbin Burnes will sign with the New York Mets. Burnes brings with him a Cy Young Award and a track record of innings and elite performance that few can match. Known for his cutter-dominant approach, Burnes uses his mix of 5+ pitches to dismantle hitters on both sides of the plate. He's been one of the most consistent pitchers over the last few seasons, outperformed only by the likes of Zach Wheeler in terms of WAR. At 30 years old, Burnes is in line for a 9-figure deal. The Mets are serious about contending, and after clearing off a lot of salary, they now have a lot of money to spend. Even though there will be a competitive bidding war for one of the game's best pitchers, we see the Mets being serious about this, going the full distance and locking down Corbin Burnes. Then finally, 26-year-old outfielder and generational star Juan Soto will sign with the New York Mets. Soto is the crown jewel of this free agent class, a superstar in his prime. At 26, Soto just wrapped up a career year with 41 home runs, 128 runs scored, and an impressive 8.1 WAR, further solidifying his status as one of the most valuable hitters in baseball. With his agent Scott Boras steering negotiations, Soto has all the leverage, and a $500 million deal is not out of the question. He's never had an OBP under 400 or a WRC plus under 140, making him an on-base machine and the kind of player that championship teams dream of. Throughout his young career, Soto's been the centerpiece for contenders like the Nationals, Padres, and now the Yankees, and his bat has made him one of the most feared sluggers in the game. With 4 5-win seasons already under his belt, he's entering his prime, and the Mets are ready to build around him. New York's bold, big market mentality matches Soto's star power, and signing Juan Soto will make the New York Mets an even scarier contender in the National League. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that like button, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more baseball content. It takes a lot of work to write, research, and produce these videos, and your support means the world to us. Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments. Is there a certain player that you really hope your favorite team gets? Let us know. Or do you have your own predictions? If so, drop them in the comments. Just remember to be kind to others because we're all fans here, and we're just speculating on what could happen. It's all part of the off-season fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Hit the like button down below. Then take just 1 second of your time and make sure down below that you are subscribed to this channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here next time. Thanks for watching.